You've landed at the 13 Moons Women's Temple podcast with your hosts, Sam and Leela. Hello, lovely people. Happy Sunday afternoon if you are catching this live. Otherwise, happy whatever day, time of the week it is. We are going to do the Moon Diaries this afternoon, which is fun because that's how it's going to work for Sam and I. And get the report out to you in the podcast on Monday. Just some really fun and excellent announcements before we get started. We have an Equinox gathering, a live in-person gathering in Sanford Valley on the 23rd of September, so in a couple of weeks' time. We would love to see you there for that get-together. The details are on our website for that. And we are also starting a regular weekly class on Monday, the 10th of October. This will be in Brisbane. And yes, more details will be coming out about that. We'll be announcing those weekly classes this week. But just pop it in your diary that if you're in Brisbane or if you're around and close by, that we'll have those weekly Kundalini yoga classes, and they will be for anyone to attend, which is really cool. Hi, Sam.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
I can, yeah.
That's good. Good. Will you just tell me?
Yes, all of our exciting news about the weekly classes and the Equinox gathering.
Yay, that's exciting. Good. Well, that's good. Yes, lots coming up. So check out, and if you want, if you're going to be able to join us, it would be, great to get your name down quick. It'd be good to have a really big gathering for the Equinox, I think.
Yes, absolutely. Well, the last one was so awesome, the winter solstice. And we'll get the fire pit going. Hopefully it won't be raining, and and have just a really beautiful
we'll do that
spring
rain rather than make rain.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. All right. Well, let's dive into this week. I had a thought that because it's we're in that energy of the new moon in Virgo, that we might start with a cleansing pranayama, like just a few minutes of a really nice cleansing pranayama. There are lots that you could do, but this is a really nice simple one, and all you have to do, take 4 breaths in, quite strong breaths, and you want the belly to get quite big, and then you do a powerful exhale through the mouth. And each time you practice it, you want to try and get more breath into the lungs and kind of expel more at the same time. So we'll just do it time together and just use this as a way of, just bringing us into this space today. So just taking a nice gentle breath in. Hi, Tia. And exhale. And then we'll inhale 4 inhales. Powerful exhale. And again. Just 3 more of those breaths. Just take a gentle breath in. Sigh the breath out. Yeah, and just notice your head. There's a bit more space. Good. It's a good breath.
So good. Instantly feel.
I know, like,
yeah.
out just like, oh, I don't even remember what we were meant to be thinking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
So simple. Pranayamas is so good. So 4 breaths in, 1 powerful breath out. A good thing to do at any point that you just, I tell you, just before we're going to jump straight into this, we're in this Virgo new moon. And so before you get all excited about what you want to do and start trying to clean something out, do this breath first. And that'll help you have really good clarity over what you're doing. So when you go to, when you start throwing out some of those things, you know, when you about a month later, you go, that'll stop that. Nothing worse than the moment where you go, oh, I can still wear those shoes.
Yeah, fully. Yeah. Yeah, we're in
Okay.
spring.
So here we are, Virgo season. It's well and truly upon us. And are we going to start with tomorrow?
We might as well start with today.
What do you want to say about today?
Well, that today is today the moon is in Virgo. We've just had the new moon last night, and today is where the moon is transitioning. Maybe this evening you might see if you can see the moon, it may have a very faint sliver of light to it. And this is the day where we start to allow the manifestations and the intentions to come through. Hopefully you are able to get a really beautiful rest or some type of rest and pause over the dark of the moon. So yesterday, Friday, Thursday, to allow the psyche and the subconscious to settle, to rest, to perhaps offer you up some words of wisdom. So, you know, that I sort of imagine got the dark of the moon like the time of the old lady who has all of the wisdom. She just needs you to be quiet enough for you to be able to hear her. So we've hopefully been able to receive some of those messages from your psyche over the dream state in the last few days that we want to start to call in now. So today's the day where we really start to pay attention to our to the intentions that are perhaps in your psyche, in your subconscious, or perhaps that you may be abundantly clear about, that you want to really use this moon cycle to put some energy into. And then yeah, so I think that's what I sort of just want to say about today. We don't need to make any major decisions about what it is that we're going to do this moon cycle today. We can still be in that lovely kind of dreaminess of hope and imagination. And then as we go into tomorrow, in the morning, the moon will still be in Virgo in the morning, Monday morning. That it would be a really great day to start to write your intentions down and actually do a bit of an intention setting ritual. So did you want to say anything about tomorrow, Tim?
Yeah, if I can. I don't know. I'm having a coughing fit.
Oh, no.
Not great. I don't have any water, but it'll be all right. I think, yeah, just that it's a really good time to explore doing vision boards. I think a vision board for the Virgo season would be really good. Sorry. Yeah, so a vision board, either whether you do that online or actually do that, I think physically doing a vision board for Virgo season would be an amazing thing to do. And I think tomorrow, because it's a moon day, it's a great time to sit in that reflective time and just daydream. And then the other thing I wanted to say is it's a good day to consider how you can make your routine become rituals. Like, how could you, rather than it being a hard slog, I don't think I can actually talk.
No, that's okay.
Rather than it being a hard slog, perhaps you can actually just think, how can I make these routines I want to create for this Virgo season into rituals that I can enjoy, so that some of the tasks that I feel I need to do can actually become more pleasurable. And that's really nice to contemplate, I think, tomorrow. I'm going to go and try and find water. You can talk.
And yeah, do that. And I'm just going to if you're new to understanding the moon and the energy, when we set intentions on the Virgo new moon, Virgo is the energy and the essence of structure, of organization, of putting good strategy and process into place. You know, one of the best organizational traits of Virgo are checklists and to-do lists. So Virgo likes order. Virgo likes structure. It likes things to be. I sort of imagine a sushi roll that's got the avocado impeccably laid out in a beautiful pattern. So Virgo loves that, just that precision, and you know, it loves to be color coded. It loves to, you know, if you were wearing purple nail polish, it would love to see a purple hat and a purple dress and purple nail polish on your toes as well. So that's one of the qualities of it, and we draw from that, and we sort of are looking at this moon cycle, and particularly this week, and just saying this is a really great week for you to work on your intentions and those things that you want to manifest that perhaps are going to take a little bit more strategy to accomplish, or might take a little bit more discipline and organization to really pull off, because it's there. It's there in this season. And so if you had some big things at the beginning of the year when you set your new year intentions, and they've just kind of made their way to the bottom of the list because they're just a little bit too much or need too much organization to go into it, this would be a great moon to kind of revisit those things and go, right, well, the energy really is here for that this week, to start to get on with imagining and putting into place some structure and some strategy to do the things that may have seemed a bit too challenging or a bit too much up until this point. Yeah.
Which I think with that, what I was trying to say is that, yeah, because it ties so beautifully in with the energy and the shift towards spring, we can have this impetus to sort of make some big changes. And sometimes that can feel really heavy and a bit too much. So we can feel the burden of some of the things we want to do. And so there are ways in which we can create some rituals around what we're doing that will actually not make it feel quite so tiresome and so challenging. Because I think, yes, Virgo is about that order, but order can also be a sort of, you know, if you look into nature, and Virgo is very much an earth sign, when we look into nature, the order we see isn't necessarily always quite as sort of like a bunch of soldiers as we might consider it. Sometimes there's a sort of order in the disorganization. And I think it's that is something really beautiful to grasp at this time, that things don't actually all have to fall into place perfectly. And there it can be still an order in a relative madness. One of the things that would be really nice to consider is just that planting at this time. So just rather than just planting your thoughts or planting your intentions, just actually planting or bringing plants into your office space. That's a nice thing to do at this time of year. And I think particularly at the beginning of this week, I feel like the energies at the beginning of this week are nice for that, especially whilst it's still in Virgo tomorrow. But we stay there until 1 o'clock, and then we have void of course. So we have a quiet void of course period, which lasts all the way until about 8 p.m. tomorrow night, when we then move into Libra. And we stay in Libra for the next couple of days, for Tuesday and Wednesday, and some of Thursday.
Yeah, and so this is good because Libra is represented by the scales. So we're looking at the qualities of balance, of yeah, of creating balance and creating, you know, that that harmony within yourself and harmony within, you know, what it is that you're wanting to set your intentions around. Is this going to bring, how can you integrate those changes with a sense of balance for yourself and for what it is that you're wanting to do. Also, perhaps looking at where do you need to bring some balance, and what can you start to perhaps put in place um, this moon cycle that will actually mean that your life will start to have some more balance and harmony to it. And the other and also what's nice about Libra is that Libra is an air sign, and so we can yeah, it brings a bit of lightness, so a bit of breeziness and a bit of lightness. I think it just sort of all feels a bit like spring to me, just like a nice spring breeze, you know, blowing through, just gently moving out the old so that we can make way for the new. So that's Tuesday. Again, and this is a day where you really want to start to take action on your on what your intentions are. So, you know, those to-do lists, that checklist is a really great thing. This isn't, oh, and what we wanted to say too was that next week on the 10th of September, it's the Friday, Mercury goes retrograde. So, which is right on the full moon, which means that once Mercury goes retrograde, we see a real stationing and things starting to go, or starting to become challenging within the sense of communication, contracts, agreements, conversations, technology. So if, for example, you perhaps are planning a home renovation, you want to sort of maybe get all of that sorted this week before Mercury goes retrograde, because otherwise it's just, over Mercury retrograde, it's not a great time to be trying to organize things that require agreements or conversation and debate and all of those sorts of things. So this week is really important that whatever it is that you're wanting to intend to take place this moon cycle, that you actually then get straight on with it and do that. So that will be the essence for Tuesday. And then Wednesday, the moon is still in Libra on Wednesday. So we're still in that really lovely breezy energy of creating balance, creating harmony. Was there anything you wanted to mention about Wednesday? It's a Mercury day on Wednesday.
Yeah, no, I think I think, you know, the balance thing is about, particularly with Libra, like sometimes I think we, you know, that's the whole point of this season is not necessarily what can we take on, but what can we clear out to make more space for what is actually already occurring. So it is a good week to consider that. And this will also be around our relationships. So particularly on Wednesday, Libra is a really good sign to consider how relationships are, how the communication is in relationship, whether we are listening as much as we are talking. And so Wednesday will be a good day, especially as it's a Mercury day, to consider that. And one of the things I was thinking about, you know, like I was saying earlier about the Mercury retrograde, is that there are only 2 weeks in any one month where we lead up to a full moon, and we do try and do everything all at once. But spring is a season, and Virgo is a season that can make you just sort of feel like you need to do it all very quickly. You need to clear everything out. Sometimes, a bit like I was saying about take that breath, we can rush it and then things we've done. So you don't have to do it all this month, and you don't have to do it all in cycle. And certainly with the retrograde coming, it's quite nice just to consider the priorities. So yes, if you are doing a renovation, sign those things off, but then consider, what do I actually not need to be doing right now? And the retrograde falls rather beautifully just before the full moon or on the full moon, so it kind of sort of, it ties in nicely there. And then yeah, then Thursday we have another void, of course, on Thursday, but well, we go into that void, of course, in the evening on Wednesday, and then early in the morning on Thursday we go into Scorpio. So Thursday obviously is a Jupiter day, and so we're in Scorpio for Thursday and for Friday. So with all these intentions, with all these things that we're going to be doing, there can be maybe a sort of overzealousness to our desires to get things done, and we just want to be careful that we're just being mindful of how we're going about that. So don't be sort of too harsh in your approach to everything, otherwise you might sting someone, or you might get stung yourself. So it's kind of just using especially that Thursday with that expansion, you might just sort of get a bit sort of, I don't know, gung-ho with everything. And there's also the other aspects that are occurring on Thursday with Mars, and what was that other aspect that was occurring? There's so there are some Mars and Jupiter form a sextile around Thursday, so that is going to amplify some of that energy as well. So we just need to be a bit mindful.
Yes, absolutely. A good day to plan maybe a day spa where you actually have to just kind of pause on the doing and the going. It will be there for you when you get out, but you'll have had a chance to sort of maybe a bit of a handbrake moment. However, I think also though it Jupiter being an expansion day and in relation to Mars, there's some fire there. So perhaps if you haven't found the motivation in the beginning of the week to get on with anything, perhaps that may be the day that you can you've got some energy there. There'll be some fire to put to getting on with this, because it is important. The as we move through the rest of the week, we'll be coming up to the first quarter moon by Sunday, and so it is I guess the whole essence of this entire week is that we seed the intentions over this new moon cycle. Then this first quarter moon is about setting things in motion. So just bearing in mind, and similarly to exactly what you're saying, Sam, we don't need to be going do it. But you have a whole week to start to set things in motion. And so Thursday is a good day for that. But if you've been like very diligent and very organized and very responsible, and you've been getting on with your intentions at the beginning of the week, perhaps you may be the person that on Thursday you kind of just want to maybe take a breath and take some time out, so that you're not burning the candle at both ends. Because with Scorpio coming in, that's where things can start to get a bit highly sensitive and emotional. And if you're a bit ragged because being very, very busy, works can be on, people can be on, that's where that scorpion's tail comes out, unexpectedly. So watch for that.
Yeah, and I think maybe even the better day to do that might be Friday on Venus Day, and then you can go with some friends and just do that and just relax. So Venus Day is there on Friday, and that's kind of seems like a really perfect day to sort of go, I've been so effective this week. I'm going to just pause and just use that day to have a little bit of a, maybe go or go to the beach or something, or be outside in the garden on Friday. Do some of those things that just help you to just slow down a bit, but enjoy, and enjoy the company. And I think rather than sort of be hard, it'll be more about just enjoy company, enjoy time, just enjoy what you've already achieved.
And enjoy the sophistication that comes with the scorpionic energy as well, and particularly on a Friday. It's interesting, the last time the moon was in Scorpio, it was a Friday as well, and I remember us saying that's
party.
Interesting. So anyway, it's like a naughty Friday.
I think that's right.
So, which is really fun, because then you can roll into the weekend. The moon goes into Sagittarius on Saturday, and that is a really vibrant, a really fun, a highly spirited energy for the weekend. So you can really work hard at the beginning of this week, and then come Friday, and Saturday, you can really relax and enjoy yourself and have some fun. And the energy of the moon is going to be there for you too. She'll be a beautiful, big, clear moon in the sky. The light will be gradually coming back to it. And yeah, a great week for stargazing, actually, the first few days, because there won't be much light in the sky. You might be able to catch some shooting stars or maybe even a spaceship. Who knows?
Yeah, I think Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are total action days. And then really reap the benefits of that come the weekend. I use Monday to just imagine, dream, plan, vision. And then, have some action days, which will be nice. And that will see us through, and we'll gently continue into that next week before the full moon. So it's nice. And I think this consistent energy will hold, this shifting, changing energy will hold as we move towards the equinox. So we've got that energy supporting us as we go there. But yeah, as Leela mentioned, just make sure if there are things you want to make decisions on or agreements that need to be made, just try and sort those out these next couple of weeks, so that then, because you'll still have the desire to do that moving towards the equinox, but it might just not be as supportive a time to do it. So yeah, so it's really nice week ahead. Don't forget to do that. Need to, take a little pause and reset. But it's a nice week.
And I'll post the link to the Equinox gathering wherever it is that you're listening to this. So you can join us hopefully for that. Okay, well, happy new moon. Many moon blessings, everyone. Have a beautiful week. And Sam, I'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Take care. Love everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for taking the time to be with us on this podcast episode. These are sound bites and conversations about things we think are important to support the collective ascension towards more love, acceptance, hope, and harmony on the planet Earth. Together we can continue to support each other through conversations that need to be held. If you've enjoyed this episode, please do share it with your people. We would love it if you subscribe to our channel and even rate the podcast if you feel called to. You can also find us and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify just by searching the 13 Moons Women's Temple.